I'm going to create a little tutorial on how to use Screencastify. First step is to make sure that you have it installed in your Google account. So go to screencastify.com, and on the home page it will check to see if you have the extension. I already do, but if you will likely see a blue button that says click to install. You may need to log into your Google account, verify it's you, go ahead and go through those steps. Next thing to do is to take advantage of the free premium upgrade that they have for teachers while schools are closed. And every level of elementary, middle, or high school has this version of the online tools for digital learning. And if you go to the Screencastify entry, it will give you a code that you can use to upgrade from regular free, which only gives you a 5-minute video, and gives you all the premium features that you can use with this tool. There's even a quick video that demonstrates how to activate that premium account if you need it. So do those 2 steps before you're ready to use Screencastify. I'm going to stick in this document and use it as an example of a recording you might want to make for your students. So when you're ready, tap on the extension up here in your toolbar. And most often I end up using desktop because it gives you greater flexibility in terms of recording anything on your computer, opening up a new tab or a new browser window or anything like that. If you don't want anyone to see what else is on your computer, you can hit browser tab and it will only record the one tab that you have running, and then webcam is just you, right, sending a message to your students. Make sure microphone is on, the green indicator light, make sure it's working, and enabling the webcam will put a little thumbnail video of you speaking to your students as you're going through this, your document or website. You can click to show more options to change your countdown level. If you need more time before it begins recording, you can do that. And they have some great annotation or drawing tools that you can use while you're presenting, so be sure to check those out. Let's hit record. There's the webcam, it pops up in the corner, but before it starts recording, it will ask to make sure it's okay to do the entire screen. So hit share, and you can even hide that little message on the bottom. Here it's counting down. And here are the annotation tools in the corner. As I said, be sure to check those out. But as teachers, we're normally used to hitting the present mode on a Google slideshow, but when we do that, our webcam disappears. Oh, know that you can move your webcam around if you want to change location to anywhere on the screen. So instead of hitting the present mode, I have been going into view and selecting full screen. And that will at least give a little bit of a cleaner look while you're presenting, get rid of all of the toolbars at the top. And I would use my arrow key on my keyboard just to scroll down through the slides that way. I can hit escape to get out of that and use any of the tools if I want to, but usually you'll just hit stop on the extension up here on your toolbar. And stop again. It immediately will then save your video to Google Drive and will give you a shareable link by just simply tapping that blue icon, which is great. Now it will take some time for that video to render, and I'll show you that in a minute, but you always want to, if it's a video that you want to save, you want to title it. So I would call it Screencastify. I can watch the video, it's replaying. I can click to unmute to listen to it if I want to. If I want to make additional edits, I can trim the end with that little, scissors down there. If I want to open it up in the editor, I can do more editing if I want to. If I don't want it, I can just hit delete. I'm going to open up a new tab. I'm going to paste that link that I copied and show you what it looks like. And let's see if it's rendered or not. Sure enough, it has, and it will just play in Google Drive. And you can use that link, you can paste it anywhere you want. If it's a longer video or there's a lot of people using Google Drive, then you may want to opt to publish to YouTube um, by clicking there. You do have to establish your YouTube channel first, and then select which share settings you want for the video. I usually use unlisted, and then click upload. And this will send it right to YouTube. Um, and I can show you in a moment after this is done a little bit about establishing your channel and how to find videos and doing YouTube Studio. It's not hard at all. The main point you want to make sure is that you designate your videos to be safe for kids, because that's an important aspect for teachers as of January 1st. Google is going more stricter on their privacy settings for different videos that are intended for students, particularly as it relates to advertising. So it's still uploading, and let's go to view on YouTube. It will take some time to render. Let's see how it does. Well, did it pretty fast, which is wonderful. And here is the video. You can click on share, copy that link. Very friendly version of your video that can be embedded in lots of different platforms. You can embed it in a Google slide, you can paste it into Google Classroom, It's Learning, lots of different places. So that's the beauty of YouTube, is that it has a little bit more flexibility often than the Screencastify version.